Good morning, Titans, and welcome to this intro edition of Titan Television. I'm Lizzie Marshall.
And I'm Elijah Bratton. On this month's show, we'll introduce you to one student who is striving for a change.
And we'll take a look at one Titan's difficult return to the field.
All this and more on our intro edition of Titan Television.
As the end of the year approaches, seniors are facing some big decisions.
Senior Faith Johnson tells us how theater has not only shaped her past, but will also shape her future.
Under the lights and behind the curtains, theater allows students to express themselves on stage and in the classroom.
It's an escape for me because I normally am just this really quiet person, and theater's my escape to be loud and be a different person.
Senior Faith Johnson has been involved in theater her whole high school career.
She was very quiet when I first met her. I thought, this girl's an actress. I didn't believe that necessarily because she was just very reserved, but then she got on stage and she became a totally different person.
I don't really know that there's a way to describe it because you're not being you. It's like you come out of your body to become someone else, and then that person becomes a part of you.
Each role allows her to express herself in a new way.
With Boeing, I love the cast, and I love the character I was playing because she was really angry, and she was the German one, so just an angry German character, so she was just fun. And How to Succeed Hetty was a big stretch for me because me as a normal person, I don't talk like that, I don't act like her.
Well, I'll go back to the swimming pool.
Johnson's commitment to her characters has led her to a position in the Missouri State Thespian Association.
Faith is one of those kids that doesn't come along very often in terms of theater. She's very dedicated, very focused, she works hard, but she also has a really interesting creative presence, and she's really willing to take on challenges.
With all of the challenges she has faced, her advice for incoming actors is,
just go for it. Don't be afraid, take risks. Don't be afraid to make a fool of yourself. You're going to make a fool of yourself a bunch, just accept it.
Johnson plans to study theater at Lindenwood University and pursue an acting career. With photographer Tucker Thompson, this is Haley Davis reporting for Titan Television.
With Johnson's passion for acting, I think we'll eventually see her in the movies.
And one movie that's been drawing a lot of attention lately is Love, Simon. Jacob Allen gives us an overview and shares his thoughts on the film.
My name's Simon. I'm just like you, except I have one huge secret. Nobody knows I'm gay.
The movie Love, Simon, directed by Greg Berlanti, finally made its debut in theaters in March. The film stems from the book Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda, written by Becky Albertalli.
I'm a closeted gay kid at school.
What?
The movie has been highly anticipated, mainly because of its role as the biggest gay youth love story to hit the big screen. The movie introduces you to Simon Spear, who is being blackmailed by a classmate threatening to out him after seeing his emails with another gay student. Despite being a love story, the film is full of conflict, humor, and emotion.
Do you ever feel weird?
Weird?
After seeing the movie, I loved it. The film allowed you to go alongside a character throughout its coming out story. The representation is what I believe to be necessary for everyone, but especially LGBTQ+ youth. The film's soundtrack, as inclusive as can be, brought music from all genres. In its entirety, the film's goal was to bring the LGBTQ+ youth to the forefront of viewership, and how they did is up to you. Go see it for yourself in theaters now. This is Jacob Allen, reporting for Titan TV.
If you would like to see what critics thought of Love, Simon, make sure to check out the full-length segment on LS West Online.
This movie tackles some heavy topics and is certainly gaining attention. One student here at West is also attempting to take a stand with an important issue. Jordan Brown has the story.
According to the Jason Foundation, over 3,000 high school students in the nation will attempt suicide each day. To help teens struggling with this issue, freshman Lauren Lauber is working on an organization to support our youth's need for communication, or SYNC for short.
It's trying to get word out so that communication is good for our youth, and we should probably do it more often.
Following the death of fellow Titan Grace Potter, Lauber decided that enough was enough and action needed to be taken.
I started the day of Grace Potter's death because I posted something on my Snapchat story, and one of my friends was like, well, we should do something. And I was like, what do you think we do?
But Lauber isn't looking in on this issue from the outside. She has fought depression firsthand.
I struggled with it this summer, late summer, into fall, and into like early winter too, and I didn't help myself get out of it. It was somebody who was interested in me and how I was doing personally.
Aided by the Jason Foundation, Lauber received certified training on how to help those struggling with depression through a series of 1- and 2-hour videos. Lauber is working with administration to make Sync an official club at West. However, because they share similar ideas, this club might be combined with Kindness Council.
We're gonna have to get there somehow, and I'm willing to do what I need to do for Sync.
I think bringing awareness and taking the stigma out of mental health is an important thing to do.
I want to be that person to somebody else because there's a chance that I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for him or other people like that.
If you want to know more about Sync and what you can do to help, you can email Lauber at llauber994@lsr7.net. With photographer Jada Graves, this is Jordan Brown, reporting for Titan Television.
I'm sure a lot of us have been affected by suicide at one point or another, so it's important to speak up about difficult topics.
There are many ways students can voice their opinions, and music is one of them. Next up, Ian Shipley and Yuen Li introduced us to some of the most popular albums of 2017.
They gathered their information from their personal opinions in sites such as the Rolling Stones, Billboard, and NPR.
We will be rating these songs on a scale from 1 to 10 based on their replayability, lyrics, message, and the soundtrack.
This is Titan TV's Top 5 Albums of 2017. Number 5 is the album Wolves from Rise Against. The songs in this album all have a political undertone to them to try and spread their progressive ideals, specifically towards the 2016 election. This song shows the band's point of view during the election, with all of them hoping it was just a dream, but having to acknowledge after the election that it wasn't. Our rating for this song and this album is a 6 out of 10. This song's best attribute is its soundtrack, which is fast-paced and gets your heart racing the second you hear the opening notes.
If you would like to see the rest of the albums they chose, visit LS West Online for the full-length feature.
Among other genres, rap has become very popular in our generation. Emily Matlock found a well-known teacher at West willing to go against students to see who could guess some of the top rap artists.
One of their record labels is Quality Control Music. They're an African-American hip-hop trio composed of 3 rappers, and one of the members is Quavo.
Migos.
Yeah, it's Migos. She's a Latino female. She's engaged to Offset, who is a Migos member. And
The chicken like pot pies. Money changing colors like tie-dye. I'm trying to get like a trying to die.
Cry.
Alright, what song do you want to do, guys? What song? Oh.
I'll dance now. I make body moves. I don't gotta dance. I make body moves.
I'll hype you up.
Hey.
I'm living in the 21st century, doing something mean to.
Next up, we'll send it over to Roman Bushwick with the Titan Sports Update.
Hello Titans, and welcome to this edition of Titan Sports Update. I'm Roman Bushwick. We'll kick it off with girls soccer. The team is currently 7-0, with varsity consisting of 15 seniors. These leaders have high expectations for this season.
Obviously winning state, that's a huge goal for all of us. Personal goals is just be able to be a big asset to the team.
For the full story, check out LS West Online. Girls soccer isn't the only sport with several returning key players. Cade Rodebush has more on what boys golf is expecting this season.
With an experienced Titans golf team, the assistant coach, Brett Wagner, is excited for a potential end-of-the-season run.
We've got 2 of our seniors that are returning that went to state last year, and then we got a couple of other, another senior that we look to solidify the top 3 spots on the varsity.
Varsity player Parker Jones is one of the 4 players the team is going to lean on this year.
I think some of our strongest players are James O'Connor, he's been to state 2 times. Jamie Boucher is another senior who will be in there for us, and then also a sophomore, Charlie Russell, who will have a very big impact on our team and our state ambitions.
The team's mindset is on state right now. As they know, they have to get through the regular season first.
I think our biggest regular season tournament that we all look forward to is the Clint Andrews Memorial Tournament, which is at our home course. So we take that pretty seriously because it's our home turf, so to speak.
The team has had both second and third place finishing so far this season. They're looking to have more success as they continue on their state run. Coach Wagner has confidence in his team, but that doesn't come without its challenges.
Well, I mean, every week is tough. Not necessarily who you're playing, it's the golf course.
With photographer Cade Rodebush, I'm Dalton Pennington reporting for Titan Sports Update.
The golf team will face Lee Summit North, and Ray Peck this upcoming Monday at 2 o'clock. Baseball season is in full swing, and one freshman shows us how even the toughest obstacles can be overcome. Ian McDonald has the story.
As freshman Cam Carswell enters his first baseball season at West, he questioned if this moment would ever come. After tearing an ACL for the second time, he was anticipating the worst.
I was just thinking about how severe the injury was going to be, how long it was going to take me to recover, and if I was going to be able to compete at the same level as before.
Carswell has been working hard to recover in time for this upcoming baseball season.
I had about 100 physical therapy sessions after each injury.
Cam knows how to deal with what's happened to him so far. It's changed the way he slides now on the base pass and what he's doing in terms of his brace and whatnot. But he knows best how to handle that, and we just basically listen to him in terms of what's best for him out there.
Despite having certain restrictions, he still put in work where he could.
There wasn't a lot I could do because I couldn't run or anything recovering from my injury. So just working on upper body strength and pitching.
Carswell has had a support system through the whole recovery process.
My friends and family helped me a lot, just being encouraging and giving me any help that I need.
Carswell has worked very hard to recover throughout the offseason, and he hopes that it will show through this upcoming baseball season.
My goal is to compete, be successful at the JV level, and if I have an opportunity, to be successful in varsity.
Get better each and every day. We're the developmental league. Basically, we're trying to get them ready to play varsity baseball.
With photographer Jesse Aylshire, I'm Ian McDonald reporting for Titan Sports Update.
The team will take on V&E at home tomorrow at noon. Don't forget to show the boys your support. The boys track and field team has started off with a bang. Junior Vonzel Kelly will be a huge asset this year. Jacoby Walker has more.
With over 60 tackles and 1 interception, junior Bonzo Kelly has earned a varsity spot since sophomore year.
I think it's just experience. He's someone that works really hard at it. He trains year-round. He's a multiple sport guy. He's a heck of a football player.
After a football season that ended with a record of 7-2, Kelly has spent over 3 months preparing for a successful season in track.
My coaches helped me a lot in the off-season to prepare and get better at my techniques.
Kelly has been a member of a competitive track team for 7 years and has earned the title of a 2-time All-American. He participates in long jump, hurdles, and relay and has one goal:
to win 3 state championships.
He placed second in state last year in 110 hurdles and 300 hurdles with times of 14.57 and 39.06.
Vonzel is just a tremendous athlete. He is just talented in a lot of different areas. I coach him in the hurdles, and he's one of the top hurdlers in the state. He's also a really good long jumper, really good sprinter. So he's just an all-around fantastic athlete.
With photographer Colin Smith, this is Jacoby Walker reporting for Titan Sports Update.
Congratulations to Kelly on his recent verbal commitment. He will continue his academic and football career at Iowa State. Switching to girls track and field, many seniors are looking to bring home another state title. Among them, senior Chanel Watkins knows how demanding the sport is.
The track is really competitive. People don't really get how competitive it is, but here at West, we're so known for doing really good. So I think our practice this year has been really hard since they want us to win state again. So we're going to try and do that again this year.
For the full story, catch it at LS West Online. Come out and support your Titans as both track teams will be at Blue Springs today at 4. the boys lacrosse team is hosting senior night on Monday as they take on the Shawnee Mission Patriots. Come out and support your seniors. Justin Benedetti and I had a chance to sit down with girls varsity lacrosse coach Jay Hertzler to discuss his view on the upcoming season.
Many high school athletes dream of playing in college. For seniors Madison Cook and Taylor Gutierrez, this dream has become a reality. Coach Jay Hertzler recalls his first impression of Gutierrez.
You know, she came out there ready to learn. She picked up skills really quickly. And then I had Madison here when she was an 8th grader, if you can believe it.
And she has been a staple to the varsity lineup ever since.
I was at soccer practice and I saw people playing it, and it looked really fun. And so I started just playing around with a couple of my friends, and I joined a team.
Recently, the two of them have signed to play at the collegiate level.
I'm excited for them. I really like to see people decide when they, to play at the next level.
But before they begin their collegiate careers, they must finish their senior seasons first.
I would like to at least get our varsity team to the championship. That's going to be a hard road. There's a lot of talented teams out there, but my personal goal is to get both teams in the championship games at the end of the season.
And Gutierrez believes she has the key to accomplish these goals.
Hard work, stay on track, don't mess around, but practice, because it makes a difference. You'll see it on the field.
With photographer Roman Bushwick, this is Justin Benedetti reporting for Titan Sports Update.
Girls lacrosse will take on St. James Academy at home next Tuesday, April 17th at 5:30. On the tennis court, the boys have been training hard to fill spots left by last year's seniors. Aaron Doan has more.
Sophomore Jeremy Zerbuckin joined the Titan tennis team freshman year, starting JV.
A little something about tennis is, it's not really a physical sport, but it really helps you wrap your mind around a game. And some people think it's just hitting the ball back and forth. It's a lot more than that once you get into it, and really it helps me think and focus. Even in school, it sort of affects that a little bit, and it's a pretty good game to start out playing.
This is Aaron Doan reporting for Titan Television.
Boys tennis competes at Blue Springs Tuesday at 4 o'clock. Wish them luck. For Titan Sports Update, I'm Roman Bushwick. Back to Lizzie and Elijah in the studio.
Thanks, Roman. With the school year coming to a close, many of us are gearing up for summer. Blaze Yerby gives us a preview of summer blockbusters you won't want to miss.
Hello, Titans. With only 8 weeks left until summer, time is freeing up. However, movies can be the solution. Here are the top 5 anticipated films coming to theaters this summer. The first movie on the list is Avengers: Infinity War. There has been a lot of hype about this movie, and it's no wonder with all the action, suspense, and celebrity appearances. You can see supervillain Thanos go up against the squad of Avengers on April 27th. Guess who's back for another Marvel film? The comical superhero Deadpool is returning with more action. With producers Ryan Reynolds and Simon Kinberg, this movie will be worth seeing. Be sure to follow Deadpool's humorous adventures on May 18th.
Okay. For more summer movies, visit LS West Online and check out the full feature.
You don't have to be a Hollywood director in order to make a movie. Some intro film students have made some short films of their own.
Next up are trailers to the new hit films Happy Birthday and Randy and Clark.
Hey, Ben, can you watch Ellie for a while?
Well, happy birthday, us. I love you, Ben. Ben, watch out!
In a world.
Tried to give you guys a second chance, but then you go full stun like this?
Cops get fired.
I made up my mind. I'll pack up your things and be out of here by noon.
And now they've got to do it on their own.
Is this even worth it? I mean, what are we gonna do if we catch the guy? Just politely ask him to stop? We're gonna say, oh, come on, excuse me, sir, you've been doing something illegal. Would you please come with me?
This summer.
We gotta go undercover.
These films are able to communicate ideas to audiences of all ages.
From words like YOLO to clout, these days it seems like kids our age have created their own language. Josie Taylor and I decided to see if Titans could guess slang from past generations.
Cook with gas. What does it mean and when was it from?
They're rich.
These people are really fast and they cook with their gas and they just go, you know?
I have no idea.
It was to succeed or do something right, and it was from the 40s. The next one is meat wagon.
The jungle?
Meat wagon. Is that like telling someone like buff, like he's such a meat wagon?
When someone's like really buff and they got tons of muscles, you know, they eat tons of meat, so they're a meat wagon.
You were heavier set?
It was from the 30s, and it was an ambulance and brick house.
A very sturdy person?
80s. And it was a club.
Old person home? Like an insane asylum? It was the 70s, and it was a person with an attractive body. Fart knocker.
You're short.
No, this is like, oh, fart knocker.
No, it means that you're short. You're a little fart knocking size person.
It's when someone blows a real big one and they're just like, wow, that's a real knocker.
It was from the 90s, and it was just an idiot.
That's all we have for this intro edition of Titan Television. Stay tuned for next month's senior show on May 8th.
And make sure to check out LS West Online for features on religion, fashion, and student life.
Don't forget to follow us on our social media at LS West Online for Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat. I'm Elijah Bratton.
And I'm Lizzie Marshall. Have a good weekend, Titans.